Hi everyone, this is going to be a swatch and first impressions review video for Viseart's new smaller eyeshadow palettes. So these are called the Viseart Theory palettes. There are 3 sets of them available and they are available online only through Sephora. If you want to find out where you can purchase them, I will put a link in the description box below. They retail for $45, and as you can see, each of the palettes contains 6 eyeshadow shades. Each of the palettes has both matte and shimmer finish shades, and the pans are removable. They each are connected with a magnet there so that you can switch them around if you wanted to or put them in another palette. Now while in this video I will swatch all of the colors so that you can see truly what they look like and what kind of finishes they have. A full review of the quality happens only after I test them out on the eyes and wear them throughout the day, and those reviews go up at the website at allurabeauty.com. Once they are published, I will put links to those reviews in the description box below. Alright, I hope you are subscribed to the channel, and let's get looking closer at these palettes. Okay, so first, this is what the compact itself looks like. They close again via magnet and they sort of open up like this. They don't have mirrors inside of them, and just compared to my hand, this is sort of the size. And this is what they look like compared to a standard Viseart eyeshadow palette. And these palettes, I'm sure you've seen them on Sephora, they each contain 12 eyeshadows, so they are twice the size. And they do also contain half the amount of product. So the smaller 6-pan palettes contain 12 grams of product, and the regular sized eyeshadow palettes contain 24 grams of product. Alright, so the first palette that I'll swatch for you is Cashmere, and I'll swatch them by row from left to right. The second palette here is Chroma, and the third palette is Minx. So the first shade in Cashmere is a matte cream. Next to it is a very pale shimmering pink. Next is a matte soft neutral brown. Next to that is a pale sort of champagne tan. It's a shimmering shade. And then we have a matte deeper taupey brown. And next to that, a shimmering medium silvery taupe. Alright, so there are the 6 eyeshadow shades from the Cashmere palette. You can see the alternating matte. They may be satin finish, it's kind of hard to tell under these lights, but alternating matte or satin finishes with the shimmery metallic finish shades. First up in the Chroma palette, we have a satin finish Snow White shade. Next to that is a muted taupey gray. It's a shimmering metallic shade. And then we have a matte smoky gray. Next to that, a metallic silvery gray. And then we have a matte soft black. And next to that is a deep shimmering charcoal gray. There are your 6 shades from the Chroma palette. Again, you have the alternating matte or satin finish shades with the shimmering metallic shades. First in the Minx palette is this soft matte nudie peach. Next to that is a shimmering metallic tan with a hint of a peach. Looks more peach on the skin than in the pan. Next is this matte, very warm toned medium brown. Next to that is this metallic, very warm copper. Next is a matte, medium to deep, slightly warm toned matte brown. And last is a shimmering aubergine tinted warm brown. Alright, and they are the 6 shades from the Minx palette. As with the other ones, you have alternating matte and metallic finish shades. Alright, there you have Viseart's 3 Theory eyeshadow palettes, and I don't doubt from the swatches that these have a formula that really supports the rave reviews that you see for Viseart's eyeshadow palettes. In swatching them, they go on buttery smooth, they have fantastic pigmentation, and from just swatching, it seems like the most impressive, the most rich and buttery of all the shades from each of the palettes was the one in the Minx palette, and that was the second matte shade here, the very warm toned medium brown. And the one that was the least impressive was actually this shade here from the Chroma Palette. It was patchier and much drier than the rest of the shades. So I will absolutely be testing these throughout the couple of next days and seeing how they wear and how they apply. And if you have already tried these out or have any thoughts or questions that you would like to share, please put them in the comment section below. I hope that this was helpful to you if you were interested in investing in any of these palettes. I know that they are very expensive, but they do seem to be very high quality, and it's nice that Viseart has given you the option of buying a smaller version of the palette, which is a little less in terms of the absolute price that you have to pay. Alright, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I hope you're subscribed. Thank you for taking the time to watch as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Will smudge and smear very quickly. They don't do that much for my lashes. They don't volumize them, they don't lengthen them. They have small brushes, so maybe good for detail, but really if you want any sort of oomph, I would pass on these. Something you should invest in from Maybelline